Good evening po, everyone. Welcome to our first virtual event. It's called Look Beyond the Classroom Virtual Talks. And for tonight, we will be discussing all about Google Workspace for Education. So ano ba tong Google Workspace? Ano bang nangyari sa G Suite, no? Anong nangyari sa mga Google apps na ginagamit natin for teaching and for learning? For tonight, syempre, sasamahan ako ng Look Beyond team, no? And also, a special guest from our Google for Education partner. So, again, papakilala po muna ako. Ako si Adrian Lucruz, and welcome. Good evening po sa inyong lahat. I'd like to introduce first one of our, speakers for tonight. She is a mathematics teacher, mathematics and physics teacher for senior high school. She is Miss June Maog. Ayan. Good evening, Miss June.
Hi, good evening. Hi, Sir
Ayan.
Adrian. Good evening, everyone.
Kamusta po kayo, Miss June?
Okay lang naman, sir. Thank you.
Okay naman.
Ikaw?
Okay din. Medyo matagal-tagal nung huling nag-webinar tayo. I think that was December of 2020. No, this is our actually first of our virtual event for 2021. This is just only the first virtual event, no? So expect natin na we will be having more of this
yes.
table session. How can we say this? Siguro casual sessions with our teachers and our followers. So ayun, ano lang tayo ngayon? We would really want to invite everybody to talk about these changes and in a non-formal setup, less formal setup, kumbaga. Ayan. So, sige, tawagin natin ang susunod nating kasama or part of the Look Beyond team. He is a civics or history teacher and I think also English teacher as well, no? So he is Mr. Alvin Balaba. Ayan. Good evening, Sir Alvin. Nakamute kayo, sir.
Ayan. Sorry. Hi, teachers. Magandang gabi po.
Hi, sir.
Magandang gabi, sir. Ayan. Good evening, everyone. So, nakikita natin ng ating mga participants. So, good evening, Chikan Uwu. Maraming salamat for commenting and for staying with us. Also, Miss Mayna Sabado of QSR Corporation, the Google for Education partner. Ayan. So, good evening po, Miss Mayna, and to the rest of our audience. Ayan. So, later also, if you want to participate with us, we will also give the floor also to our viewers, no, if they want to ask questions later on. Definitely will open the room for them. Kumbaga merong live audience participation. So if they want to ask, dahil maya-maya lamang tatawagin din natin ang QSR Professional Development Specialist to really guide us on this um, this new or kumbaga rebranding ni Google. So ayan. So it's called Google Workspace for Education. So kung napanood niyo or nag-register kayo last February 17 and 18, that was last week. So Google created an online event for teachers, and that's called Learning with Google, wherein they announced, I think, more than or almost 50 new features about Google for Education, plus the changes about the G Suite for Education, yung ating ginagamit for free, and the others naman who are using G Suite Enterprise for Education for an upgraded feature. So siguro may mga schools tayong nanonood ngayon or teachers nanonood na users ng regular G Suite for Education, or the other one, the G Suite Enterprise for Education. So ayan. Before we proceed with Google Workspace for Education, kami po ay magpapakilala as a team. So, last year, actually, we started as, as a channel. So, it started as a channel called Look Beyond the Classroom. Kung kayo nanonood ngayon, nandito kayo sa channel na ito. So this is Look Beyond the Classroom, and the goal of this channel is to be able to motivate and inspire teachers to use digital tools for online teaching dahil lalo na ngayon na pandemic pa din, we really have to level up our skills as teachers on how to remotely teach our students. So it was actually parang 1 to 2 episodes per month na teaching about different tools and doing parang spin-offs of famous what you call this, famous mga movies, no? So yun yung ginagawa namin before, but this year we really expanded our offerings for schools, for teachers. So right now, kami pong tatlo, and may mga kasama pa kami, we are the Look Beyond Digital Learning Solutions team. And Look Beyond the Classroom is kumbaga under the umbrella of it. So definitely there will be more webinars from us every Friday night. So, well, not every week, but twice. And hopefully, we commit to the twice a month Friday night kamustahans. Ayan. So, so the company, so Look Beyond Digital Learning Solutions, it's a Philippine-based educational support services provider that aims to positively influence educators and other professionals to grow and elevate their skills in digital integration and innovation towards global competence. Ayan, kami po ay, kumbaga, we've been doing this training already couple of years back, no, when we started training for Google certifications, no, and other professional development training. So right now, it's really a big move for all of us. And definitely, we would also like to thank the support of QSR. Ayan, the QSR Google for Education partner. Dahil kami din po ay galing sa kanila. So, ayun. We'll proceed with our Google Workspace topic. No? So, later on, we'll deep dive on this one. Ayan. I'll try to take this out. Ayan. So, napanood natin ang Learning with Google last week, and it was actually exciting, no? Maraming features na bago, may mga updates, and definitely there are new additions to choose from. Kung ano man ang pangangailangan ng mga schools, not just here in the Philippines, but all over. So, I will just pull out our reference that was, kumbaga, put out sa public. So, this is the Google Workspace blog. No? So, definitely, sa mga nagtatanong po, free pa ba si Google? Free pa nga ba, Miss June? Sir Alvin?
Free pa. Free. Dapat free.
Kaya pa.
Right now, what we're using in our schools, free. Tama po. Kasi ang daming, may mga nag-surface din na like concerns, like baka hindi na free or baka hindi na siya free, no? So
May
again,
limitation siguro.
or limitation. So again, for Google, they really created new editions to cater to more schools, to their needs. Dahil nga, tayo ay nag-a-adapt din sa current situation. No? So, in all
Not just,
editions...
ano, sir, no? Not just one, not just two, but four.
So yun nga. So again, all of the G Suite, tawagin muna natin siyang G Suite, no? Kasi yun yung alam natin lahat, no? So it's called G Suite, suite of Google tools. Now, again, these are the same tools magagamit pa rin natin in all of the editions na mamaya mababanggit natin. So, magagamit pa rin si Gmail, si Calendar, si Meet na mas lalo pang in-improve, si Docs, Sheets, Slides, Forms, Classroom, Assignments, Sites, Groups, Drive, and the Admin Console. So, right now, ayan, i-flash natin yung bagong editions ng Google for Education. So, to be honest, no, sa mga hindi pa nakakaalam, si G Suite, na-rebrand na siya late last year, to Google Workspace. But last week, it was officially announced that from G Suite for Education, ang tawag na po dito ay Google
Workspace.
So, sa Google Workspace, no, not G Suite anymore, but Google Workspace. So, ngayon, medyo hindi pa tayo sanay, no, na Google Workspace. But we really have to na masanay. Kasi, we really have to train ourselves
get used to it. No?
Google Workspace, ayan. Pero ilang taon din nating sinanay ang mga teachers and other users na tawagin itong G Suite.
G Suite, yes.
Mga ang tawag ay G Suite, diba?
I remember calling it G Suite, sir, dati.
Ay Google Suite.
All this time.
Google Suite, diba? But right now, it's already Google Workspace. And now, meron tayong 4 na editions na nilabas. So, yung G Suite for Education na free for all, ang tawag na po ay Google Workspace for Education Fundamentals. So, fundamentals na po ang tawag, and it's free for qualifying institutions as long as you are an official school in the Philippines. You can apply for your Google Workspace for Education Fundamentals. Yung
Sir Adrian, ito na ba yung ito na yung bagong tawag sa G Suite for Education, kumbaga.
Yes.
Ito na yung bagong tawag. Okay,
so nasa G Suite but Google Workspace and Fundamentals. And ito yung kumbaga yung paano ba natin masabi yung entry level for acquiring or getting Google Workspace accounts for teachers or for schools.
So ito ito yung meron tayo karamihan, no, dito sa Pinas.
Sa Pilipinas. So itong yung free,
Mm.
siguro we'll deep dive dito sa fundamentals in a bit. The other one,
Mhm.
Google Workspace for Education Plus. So kung familiar po ang ating mga nanonood sa Google or G Suite Enterprise for Education, so ngayon po ang tawag dito ay Google Workspace for Education Plus.
Plus.
Plus po siya.
Ang ibig sabihin ng cluster.
Bakit? Kasi oo, definitely may plus features ito na magagamit ng mga students whether for security or added features for teaching and learning. So yun yung dalawa na bago o kumbaga na bago yung pangalan, ano. And then there are other two editions coming up, and that would be Google Workspace for Education Standard. Ayan. Ito naman, it's more on if the school is, for example, more concerned on the security features, kung gusto pa ng pataasin ang security level when it comes to managing the accounts and the others later that we will discuss, ito po ang edition na pwede nyong kunin. So this is Google Workspace for Education Standard. And then the other one, the third one would be Teaching and Learning Upgrade. So ito naman, if ang concern naman ng teachers ay mas ma-utilize ang Google Meet to be able to be more engaging sa pagtuturo. So definitely, this is another or one of the newest edition of Google Workspace for schools. Right now, para tulungan pa tayo na mas maintindihan or ma-explain sa audience natin ang Google Workspace, we will be calling QSR's Professional Development Specialist. Ayan. So, I'd like to call in Miss Camille Cabatu. Ayan. Good evening, Miss Camille.
Hi, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Palakpak
Good
tayong
evening.
lahat. Good evening.
Ayan. So, right now, finlash ko yung ano. This is actually yung available na details na nilabas ni Google about the new editions of Google Workspace. Mixed reaction kasi, no, ang naging ang natanggap natin or based sa mga napag-usapan ng mga co-teachers natin about this one. So basically this event, this webinar we really want to, give the audience, especially the teachers, more clarity, no, on these editions at ano ba ang exciting na mangyayari in this features and editions. Ayan, Miss Camille.
Ayan. Parang ang dami naman. Sabi ko ngayon sa backstage, ayoko ng quiz. Pero, sige po. Siyempre, before anything, I would like to greet everyone. Good evening, Sir Alvin, Ma'am June, and Sir Adrian.
Good evening, Miss Camille.
Everyone watching us also. Siyempre, si Miss Maina, very supportive. Good evening, Miss Maina, no? Kachat ko pa yan kanina. But, again, thank you also to Look Beyond the Classroom for inviting us tonight. Kasi, yung sinashare ninyo na concerns or, questions, actually the same questions as our teachers, no? Maybe they don't know us, but once they watch this, at least they find some clarity, no, na normal naman pala yung queries ko or yung concern ko ay valid naman. So, as mentioned, I would just want to emphasize that G Suite for Education is now Google Workspace Workspace for Education. Ayan. And it's a bit of a tongue twister, but we will try to get used to it, no? Slowly but surely. So, originally, it is, sorry, not originally, but kanina may tanong tayo na, ang G Suite for Education ba or Google Workspace for Education ay libre pa rin ba, no? So, yun yung isang napakalaking question. And yes, Google will continuously support our schools. And kasama dito ang DepEd, no? They are under Google Workspace for Education. And yung free version natin, we call it Google Workspace for Education Fundamentals. So that's number one. So definitely, yes, your accounts, whichever school you're from, kung anumang school po kayo galing, you will keep your account. It's still going to be free. So, wag po tayong matakot. Hindi po natin yan kukunin agad-agad. Ano? So, as initially, no, sinabi na it's perpetually free. As of speaking, it is still free. So, yung mga accounts na meron po tayo, ay isa-support pa rin po tayo ni Google. Okay. So, yan ang first question. Sir Adrian, ano pa po ba ang ibang question?
Ayan. Ito yung ating guide no sa ating discussion for tonight. Siguro ibababa na ba natin yung scroll down na ba natin itong page na to? Ano naman ang Google Workspace for Education standard? If for example we're using the fundamentals, no? Why would we want to get, for example, the education standard?
Ayan. For a lot of us, it's very, very important to understand the back end of things. Sa mga hindi po nakakaalam at mga hindi pa under G Suite for Education or Google Workspace for Education Fundamentals, ang mga accounts po ng school ay may sariling admin console. Okay? Ang admin console po ay ang control panel, which means ito po yung application, if I may use the term, na kung saan tayo pwedeng mag-add ng accounts, mag-delete ng accounts, at makakita ng ibang reports. Hopefully, no, nagagamit natin ito para itigil ang phishing attacks towards our domain, especially if it's a school, no? So mas secure ang ang ating accounts because of our admin console, because each school can apply their own policies, which means pwede tayong mag-apply ng mga pwedeng i-open na applications or websites like si grade 1 pwedeng gumamit ng Google Meet pero bawal ng YouTube or something like that, no? Pwede nating i-limit yung na-access ng ating mga students. And why is it important for a school to purchase Google Workspace for Education standard? Because even if you are using the fundamentals or education fundamentals, you can check yung mga data analytics, yung investigation tool, yon may mga mas amped up or mas enhanced features ang ating admin console in terms of Google Workspace for Education standard. So ayan, nandiyan pala nakasulat. Level up with advanced security, analytics, and safeguard against digital threats. So yun, basically, it's a summary of what I mentioned earlier on, no? Mas mataas ang security features natin in terms of comparing it, of course, to the Education Fundamentals edition. Ayan. So
definitely, it's fundamentals plus the standard features, which will be more focused on the security features. So yun naman.
Yes.
Okay. So
Ma-appreciate ito ng ating mga IT admins or mga ITOs, ganyan.
With this one, definitely meron itong additional cost. Tama po?
Yes.
This is as seen sa ating screen, it's $3 per student per year. So tama po bang i-assume natin na it's $3 times 12 and then times the number of the students we have as a school.
$3 times kung ilan ang students natin. Yes, and times 12. Nagtaka
And
ko.
then,
Sabi ko, saan nanggaling yung 12?
sorry, times
Number
12.
number of math pala. Nawala ako, kaya medyo naglag ako. Oo. But yes, you are right. If the population is 100, for example, 100 times 3 is $300 times 12.
No need na dito for the teacher. So, for the teacher accounts po ba, their accounts will remain fundamentals edition.
All of their accounts would remain fundamental. But
Okay.
the admin console would have access to all of these advanced features
I see.
in terms of analysis, yes.
Ayun. So, yun naman, super important or kumbaga, yung presence ninyo, Miss Camille, dito, no? Kasi mas nalilinawan din kami and yung audience natin when it comes to these changes and additional features na idinagdag ni Google. So, going to the next edition. So, ito naman. Yung next edition naman would be the Education, Teaching and Learning Upgrade. So for the teaching and learning upgrade, based on this one and based sa ating what you call this, sa napanood na learning with Google. So the teaching and learning upgrade will be more on enriching the classroom experiences of our students, no? So giving more power sa ating mga teachers when it comes to having more controls. Controls pa din, ano? Tama. Controls pa rin. Si Mas Jun kasi tsaka si Sir Alvin, mas more on talagang mas hinahandle nila yung mga students. I'd like to ask, ano yung mga features na gustong-gusto ninyo yung currently what we're using when it comes to handling our synchronous or doing our synchronous session with our students?
Ako, sir? Kasi ako na, Sir Alvin, mauna. Sige, sir. Ako, favorite ko sa, syempre yung right now, syempre Google Meet. Kasi that's how I personally, I interact real time with my students. And then, I love the changes that Google has introduced to Google Meet, yung layout. So, I am now able to see all of my students in one screen, no, up to 49. And, well, I also enjoy actually the background pero I don't use it all the time kasi medyo unstable ang internet namin. So I don't use it all the time. The raise hand feature, I also love it kasi my students can just click on it if they have a question, no, in the middle of a discussion. What else? So yun, for Google Meet, yun number 1 ko, Google Meet, and of course, Google Classroom. Google Classroom is a game changer kasi talagang everything is very easy when it comes to sending resources, videos, no, giving assessments, exams, even grading, no, very easy when it comes to well, making the grades. I can just import the grades from Google Classroom. So everything is so easy with the apps provided by Google under the Google Workspace for Education umbrella. Yun. Among many things. Ang dami, Sir Adrian, alam mo, I love Google Slides. I love Google Drawings, Jamboard. Lahat yan kasi gamit na gamit ko. Google Docs as well. Sheets. I'm starting to learn Sheets kasi out of all of the apps under sa G Suite, yung Google Sheets ang medyo hindi ko masyado. But I'm trying to learn as much as I can regarding Google Sheets. Yung si Sir Alvin, expert sa Google Sheets. Ayun, yun lang sa akin. But everything, actually, I love everything under the G Suite umbrella. Yan. Thank you.
Sa akin naman po, Sir Adrian, katulad po ni Ms. June, isa rin talaga sa favorite ko, and I agree that it's really a game changer, is the Google Classroom. It really helps kumbaga sa amin po kasi sa public school, just for the sake of everybody knowing, modular approach po talaga ang aming default. But using Google Classroom, mas napapadali po talaga ang aking buhay. Lalo na for those students who chose to do online learning aside from sa option na, kasi sa amin po, inopen pa rin namin yung option to have an online learning approach. And masasabi ko po talaga na dun mas madali ang buhay kaysa sa mga nagmo-modular. Kasi sa Google Classroom, intact lahat ng activities nila. Gaya ng sinabi ni Ms. June kanina, mas madaling lang mag-grade, mas madaling mag-score. I can just import scores from Google Forms and then it's automatically there. And then, yung nabanggit din ni Ms. June kanina, yung Google Sheets, lalo na po sa amin in our school, in Santo Niño National High School, napakalaking tulong po na. Because compared to other schools na sila ay manual pa rin na nag-print at nagta-type ng kanilang mga school forms, yung Google Sheets po sa amin ay well integrated into all the school forms that we need to do. So hindi na po talaga yung labor and yung task to finish specific forms ay mas mabilis na. Kaya hindi man po ako magaling sa math, but through the help of our school head, who is Mr. Angelo Armas, shout out po sa inyo, sir. I hope you're watching tonight. Napapadali po talaga yung aming mga gawaing bilang mga guro. And yun nga po, kahit hindi ako magaling sa math, na-appreciate ko yung sheets because it simply integrates all the forms that I'm doing in the school. Mas madali pong matapos.
Ayan, tama. So nabanggit ni Sir Alvin kanina. So i-ano lang natin, i-highlight din natin, no. So sa school nila, isa sila sa mga schools na, well, una, all Google certified educators. Number 2, sila din ay isa sa mga una na nakapag-come up ng grading system,
yes.
wherein lahat ng grading activities ng students, no?
School forms are all together.
Lahat forms 1 to
10.
10.
Form 1 to 10.
Lahat po integrated with Google Workspace. So yun. So kung gusto nyong malaman kung paano ito gawin, if you want to implement it in your school, you may.
Ayan. Can you tell us more about yung ginagawa nyo, Sir Alvin?
Originally, this is all a product of the brilliance of Sir Angelo Armas. Siya po kasi ay isa na sa kinukonsider naming sheet expert talaga, di ba, Sir Adrian, Miss June? Na he really created and crafted all these school forms na can work collaboratively. Parang, kasi Miss, halimbawa, yung Form 1 namin, na nandun lahat ng school enrollees namin, automatically nakasync siya sa class records ng mga teachers. So ako, hindi na ako magsusulat at magta-type ng pangalan ng mga bata because yung names ng classroom, ng klase ko, it came from the official list na nasa enrollment. So, yung nga po, yung manual labor ng manual typing and manual recording, hindi na namin kailangan gawin because it's all
tama ba?
Yes, sir.
Nag-online enrollment kayo, di ba?
Yes, sir. Online enrollment po kami this school year.
Nung prior to
school year, sir. 2018, 19, 19, 20. Hanggang ngayon, sir, tuloy-tuloy na. Online enrollment po kami. So, ina-advise namin ang mga school, ang mga parents na mag-access na lang ng link para i-enroll yung mga bata.
Ayun. So, talagang early adopter talaga ang school.
Kung nga po, sir, we live and breathe. Google Tools, yung G Suite before. If wala po yan talaga, naku, napakalaking, parang feeling ko po, ako as a teacher na na-implement na kami mga ganyan, ang hirap nang bumalik sa dati. Hindi ko na kaya yung manual work na ginagawa from before. Knowing na may ganito naman pala mga tools na available. Kaya, kung pwede lang siguro magbigay ng comment, sir. If you can see yung mga programs na ito na nirelease ng Google, meron man siyang mga additional charges, but with all the features that is available there, mas naging powerful siya in essence. Mas naging marami ka ng controls na pwedeng gawin. Kaya nga po na nabanggit ni Ms. Camille kanina, if you are looking for security controls, if you are looking for more controls sa teaching learning process, all these prices are worth it. Kasi yan po yung mga hinahanap nating upgrades and updates dati pa na at least they are making it available now.
Tama. Well, dito sa ating screen, no, we have the teaching and learning upgrade for $4 per license per month. Kung nakikita natin, meron karagdagang presyo for these editions. But actually, baka yung iba isipin nila, bakit nagkaroon ng additional payment? Dati, libre naman to. Pero sa totoo lang, itong mga additional features, we can really, sleep ng mahimbing, no?
Yes,
Dahil we
yes.
know that all of our tools are well secured, especially with our students. Ang involved dito, yung students natin, no? The other one is also, how do we make sure that we properly utilize all this additional $3 or $4, no? I think to give light on this one, nakasalalay sa ating mga teachers, no, on how we can really maximize this features. The more we know, the more we can control. Let's not use the word control, no. The more that we
Manage
can
na lang siguro, sir.
manage and flexible, ayan, with all our teaching strategies, because we are empowered as teachers knowing the Google Workspace tools, no? So kasi siguro I'd like to emphasize also right now, nung nag-start yung pandemic, ang naging interest ng mga teachers ay Google Classroom. Train nyo kami sa Google Classroom, but they didn't give any interest on the other tools, no? Ang opinion ko dyan, no, nagkaroon talaga ng malaking demand when it comes to using Google Classroom. Definitely, dahil sa Google Classroom ay very helpful to give assignments, to manage your students, your class, no? Pero kung Google Classroom alone ang focus ninyo and not the other tools, nakakapanghinayang na hindi gamitin yung iba, because all of the tools are meant to be used for Google Workspace. Tahi-tahi po ito eh. So that's why when people ask can you train us on Google Classroom? Or for example, kahit sa amin, can you train us Google Classroom? Siyempre, papakita namin, dadaanan itong apps na ito, itong tools na ito. Pero may iba sasabihin nila, no, we don't want that. We just want Google Classroom. But kasi we can really teach Google Classroom for an hour, di ba?
Yes.
Or maybe 2. Pero to fully maximize and utilize everything, no, it should be all in one package. Kaya sana sa mga gumagamit pa rin ng Google Workspace, yung Google Classroom, sana mas naintindihan natin yung mas malaking konsepto ng Google Classroom, na hindi lang siya Google Classroom alone, but all of the tools would be really useful.
Yes.
Ayun.
I remember us saying sa trainings natin, sir, na marami kasing, totoo pa yung nabanggit ni Sir Adrian, na maraming teachers na gusto na dun agad magsimula ng discussion. Pero as what we always say, it's the accumulation of all Google tools. Kumbaga, it's the tool that encompasses all these tools na dapat muna nating i-masters, like Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Slides, for you to fully utilize this as a platform in your classroom experiences.
Tama.
I remember before, I was asked, is it considered
Agree, sir. Agree.
as an LMS? Isa ba siyang learning management system? But I was told by our school head, Mr. Armas again, na yes, it has limitations as a platform on being an LMS, but if you are familiar with all the other tools that are in the G Suite workplace, you can consider it an LMS already. Kasi hindi na lang siya simple program or application to have the submissions of activities, but you can proceed with grading, proceed with assessment, proceed with activities, both performance and written outputs. So in essence, it's becoming an LMS on its own already.
Tama. Alam niyo kung babalikan natin yung
Tsaka
Google
Sir
Classroom.
Alvin, Sir,
Sige po.
Yes, Miss June.
sorry sir. There are a lot of third-party applications that are compatible with Google Classroom, 'di ba? So if you don't find a particular app that you'd like to use from within Google Workspace, you can look for third-party applications. Ang daming available and they work really well with Google Classroom. Kaya ang sarap gamitin Google Classroom.
Oo. Others kasi might think na, okay, which one to use? Google Classroom or this? Google Classroom or this one? So, but with Google Classroom, you can integrate some
Yes.
of the best tools also na gusto ninyo with Google Classroom. The other one also, kung users na po tayo ng Google Classroom nung simula, I think that was around 2014, hindi pa ganun kalawak yung features niya. Just like
Yes.
today, dito natin makikita na si Google ay continuously are listening to the concerns or needs of the teachers because dati walang gradebook si Google Classroom. Dati walang ano pa ba yung mga rubrics, no? Yung mga ganun. But eventually,
Yes.
walang original reports. So eventually, as we use this and as more teachers give, use this to their students and give also feedback to Google, mas naaayos ni Google yung mga features na pwedeng ilagay nila. So I think master plan ng Google would definitely, this Google Workspace editions would really to improve the quality of education and quality of teaching ng mga teachers. Now, proceed tayo sa ating let's try to compare yung mga maidadagdag na features sa bawat applications ni Google. For example, we have here for the collaboration tools, definitely Google Docs, Sheets, Slides, and Forms are may check. So magagamit ito with all the additions. Tama?
Yes.
Definitely for Google Classroom, ganun din po. Scroll down ko. Third-party applications and add-ons are now may check for the learning, teaching and learning edition, and then the other one for the enterprise, anong tawag? Google
Google
Workspace
Workspace for Education Plus.
For Education Plus.
So yan po yung comparison, no? Kung gusto niyo i-side by side yung bawat editions with the tools of Google. But I think meron tayong mga new features upcoming for some of these apps, Miss Camille.
Yes, definitely. Siguro I'm just gonna give a few, no? Sa Docs, meron tayong upgrade or update that's gonna happen, yung approvals. I'm not sure if it's, I'm sure it's gonna be useful for you, yung mga papeles na dumadaan sa iba't ibang tao. Kung ipapa-approve natin siya sa ating coordinator, for example, pwede na siyang mag-sign off by just clicking the approvals. But if I'm not mistaken, it's only available for the Education Plus edition. So that's one example for the update of Google Docs. Yeah.
I think the other one din, magdagdag ako, no? So, meron na din ditong autocorrect and smart compose for Google Docs. I'm not sure about yung effectivity nung features na ito. Usually kasi niro-roll out nila ito per region. No? So, per region. So, meron tayong in the fundamentals, so autocorrect and smart compose. Also available in other languages such as French and Portuguese. And then meron din search to cite citations. That's for Google Docs. I think for Google Forms naman, there will be draft versions.
Yes,
Uh,
finally. Diba?
may draft version or draft responses na
Yes.
pwede nating abangan. I think there are some of the features kasi are scattered in the quarters of 2021. Hindi ito sabay-sabay na ilalabas. But eventually per quarter or per month, no, makikita na natin itong lalabas. The other one, sige, yun muna. that's for the docs, sheets, slides, and forms. Now for classroom,
Medyo madami ang classroom.
marami ata for classrooms, Camille, no?
Madami. Oo. Actually, again, may konting chika lang ako. In the background, ito yung mga gustong-gusto ng ating mga teachers na kasama ngayon, no? Google Classroom yan, na-interview ko si Sir Alvin saka si Miss June kanina. And I love to hear teachers' feedback and their appreciation, especially, number one, it's going to be available without internet connection. Syempre, magagamit natin siya, ma-open natin siya, but the submissions would be uploaded once there is internet connection. But at least it's not very heavily internet dependent. Oo, diba?
Naalala ko ang kalaban natin before. This is prior to pandemic, no? Ang laging question, paano pag hindi na kami online, hindi na namin magagamit si Google Classroom? So may mga ganun that we have to justify again and again, no, to compare, no, online and offline, no. But tingnan ninyo na binigyan ulit tayo ni Google ng option or alternative to still access them even if we're offline. So ayun. Yun muna siguro ang mga features na i-discuss namin about collaborative tools. The other one would be originality reports. So originally, nung nagkaroon ng originality reports, 3 lang po.
Yes, 3 lang sir.
Lang siya.
3 assignments lang pwedeng gamitin. Gamitan ng originality.
They upgraded it to 5, I think later ng 2020, naging 5 per class. Now, with the teaching and learning edition, you have unlimited originality reports with tier comparison, same as with the plus. Now, bakit wala dito sa anong tawag dito ulit? This is the standard.
Education standard, yeah.
Kung babalikin natin, review tayo ulit ng discussion. Bakit? No?
Oo.
Bakit?
Okay lang. Hindi yata natin na-discuss yung teaching and learning upgrade. Pero kung mapapansin nyo po dun sa chart, no, si teaching and learning upgrade, meron siya dahil kung na-mention natin na si education standard ay for our admin console or our IT officers, that's the back end. Si teaching and learning upgrade naman po, ang focus niya ay end users, meaning our teachers, our students. So, yung mga upgrades natin sa Google Meet, sa Google Classroom, we can definitely utilize it dito sa ating teaching and learning upgrade. Kaya meron siyang unlimited originality reports.
So ayan, dahil nga focus ng standard ay security, wala po ito sa standard, but it's in teaching and learning and definitely for the plus edition. Ayan.
I-share lang ako, Sir Adrian, na experience ngayon sa classroom and the importance of originality reports. Kaya nakakatuwang tingnan dito na unlimited na siya. Ako po kasi may mga activities sometimes na essays. And although nalulungkot man ako ibalita sa inyo to, may mga bata po talagang nagkopyahan ng sagot. And there are also students who get their answer from the internet verbatim. Kasi talaga kinokopya nila ng
copy and paste lang talaga. No? Yes. Format na lang ang different.
So, minsan, ang ginagawa ko, so kailangan ko talagang basahin isa-isa yung mga outputs nila, although I really do that. Tapos, para mapansin na pare-pareho sila. But if you have this originality reports, I tried using this once nung 3 assignment pa lang ang pwede, sir. Eh. Nakita ko agad na automatically hinighlight ni Google Classroom pag nandun ka na sa checking part ng Google Classroom, sir, yung checking interface, hinighlight niya kung ano yung kinuha ni bata sa internet, ano yung katulad from the other submissions na automatically, ikaw, mapapansin mo na, may minus siya kasi nga ganun yung ginawa niya. And kang gumawa nun is the system itself. Hindi mo na kailangang tingnan pa isa-isa. I-check mo rin talaga yung activity isa-isa. Although, naka-highlight na doon kung ano yung kinopya ng bata. How many % of that was copied and pasted from the internet or from the resource na kuha nila. And then yun, sir. It's easy grading of activities.
And
Tama yun, Sir Alvin. Yung mga tag passages, Pag
yes,
sinabi, meron dong notes sa'yo sa teacher na there are 6 flag passages.
Yes.
Aha, kinuha, tapos ibibigay pa sa'yo yung website. So, napakadali. Huli.
Ano din this is not just for English teachers, no?
Yes.
I-ano natin yan. Kasi minsan, pang English lang yan, di namin kailangan yan. But in our activities, no? Especially yung mga essay or, more on thought processing activities for the students, we would really need this. Para,
Sa
syempre,
research subjects. Yes. Mm-mm.
And the other one, I hope that the teachers are not giving them tasks just for the sake of making them busy or just giving them yung requirement, no? For the teachers listening right now, watching, we make sure naman that we also make use of the time of the students worthwhile for them, no? Not just for the requirements. Yun naman. Yun yung part ko sa originality reports. Miss Camille, meron kayong parang babanggitin kanina?
Ay, actually, ang nauna kong naisip lang dun sa originality report, si Sir Alvin nga, kasi kanina, mini-mention niya na, na-mention mo nga na English teacher si Sir Alvin. And marami talaga, lalo yung maraming outputs in English. But you're right also in saying na lahat ng subjects natin kailangan to. Lahat tayo nagpapa-reflection, nagpapa-movie review, nagpapa-essay, what you did last summer, ganyan, di ba?
Yes.
I like your reference.
I actually hate that essay topic. Now, what did you do last summer? I mean, all of our students probably hate that first day activity, but we let them do it anyways, di ba? Pero yon, lahat tayo ginagamit siya, whichever. Ako, I used to teach art appreciation. At ang dami kong, kailangan ko rin siyang gamitin kasi marami akong analysis papers, alam mo yon. So kailangan siya at helpful talaga siya for teacher.
Agree.
Ano rin, the other one also, this is from the past events of Google, no? During nung start ng pandemic, no? The teachers should also consider in all of their activities yung SEL or yung social emotional learning aspect ng students. Still up to now, kahit mag second year na ito, na towards second year of having this pandemic, we still have to make sure to check our students dun sa encompassing yung mga activities natin towards what they feel, towards what they're maybe passionate about, their feelings, no, in our lessons. So yun naman. Moving forward, we have here sites and Google Groups na will still be available and no changes in the 4 editions. Ayan. I'll scroll down and proceed naman sa Connect or communication tools. So we have your Gmail. So it's all still the same for the 4 editions and also with Google Calendar. But now, let's talk about Google Meet. No? Google Meet ay isang malaking player during this pandemic. Talagang malaki ang naging contribution nito sa ating mga trabaho, whether if it's for school, in office, no, office work, administrative work, Google Meet really met the expectations ng ating mga teachers and even our students. But right now, we'd like to discuss the participants in every edition. So for the fundamentals, we have 100 participants. Same with standard.
Standard.
And then for teaching and learning, that's 250 participants. Same as with Education Plus. So that's 100, 100, 250, and 250. Then for dial-in access to meetings, so it's only available sa US, no, and some other international or other countries. Then we have closed captioning, viewer initiated. So here you have captioning features already that's available in the 4 editions. Kung ma-observe nyo, try nyo yung captioning in Google Meet in the coming days. No? Before, it's only intuitive for English. But right now, try to speak in Tagalog. Try to turn it on. Naging ano na rin siya. Mas seamless na rin siya. Yun.
Nice.
So yun yung isa sa mga napansin ko as a regular user ng Google Meet. And then for in-domain live streaming, so if you want to do live streaming, right now what we're using is StreamYard for YouTube. But for Google Meet, there is a live streaming feature, but it's only available for teaching and learning. And then the other one would be 10,000 yun. And then mas mataas for the Education Plus. That's 100,000. So kung mahilig ang school ninyo magpa-town hall for parents, gusto nyo magpa-foundation day ng online streaming for your students, na ganito kalaki yung population, then you can do so. Now, how about for the other 2 editions? We can proceed with StreamYard, no? Again, we also want to teach our viewers right now na maging maparaan din, no? Definitely, if what we have is the fundamentals, we can use this one, what we're using right now, StreamYard, na lagi ko din nire-recommend for other teachers if they really want to, let's say, have a town hall session with their parents na usually kasi yan more than 100 na. Kahit gusto nila mag-Google Meet, you can go to StreamYard. Ayan naman. Now, for recordings, saved to drive, ayan. Last year, I think up to right now, no, nakakapag-record pa rin tayo ng mga synchronous sessions natin with our students and also with yung mga meetings, faculty meetings or administrative. Now, for the fundamentals, this will be replaced by temporary recordings soon. Now, correct me, Ms. Camille, with regards to this one. For the temporary recordings, it will only be available for 1 month. Tama ba? When they record it, after 1 month, this will be deleted or disappear.
Yes.
Tama po ba?
Yes. And the videos are also not downloadable.
Ayun. So it only stays in Google Drive. That's for the fundamentals. At least, meron tayong 1 month to go back to our lessons or recorded meetings. And then for the 3 editions or the 3 paid editions, you can record and will stay there as long as you want and downloadable to MP4 format, video format. Ayan. And then, padaanan lang natin. So, moderation controls, hand raising, ayan, hand raising. This will be available for edition. Digital whiteboarding, custom backgrounds, may enjoy nyo ito sa 4 na editions. Pero, ito na po, polling and Q&A, breakout rooms, attendance tracking, and noise cancellation will only be available in the teaching and learning edition and the plus. Ayan.
Siguro sir, now I understand bakit hindi na nagagamit yung Google Attendance na third-party app sa
Mhm.
Google Meet natin. It's because they included this in the plus versions already. Tsaka yung breakout room, sayang. Kasi
Oo.
usually kapag webinars po namin sa public school, since we are in big numbers, ginagamit po talaga namin yung breakout room. Siguro, I guess I would suggest this to the division office na if they really want to utilize breakout rooms, kailangan mag-avail na tayo
Mhm.
ng
Mhm. Miss Camille, paano pong ano dito? Let's say for example, I'm a school head and I want to only choose teachers. Pwedeng ganun. Pwedeng piliin lang or i-handpick yung accounts na pwedeng i-activate for fundamentals or sorry for teaching and learning and the other one for plus.
Actually, what is going to happen is that from QSR, if you are, of course, we are a certified reseller for the editions or the licenses, no? Um, if you want to assign just certain teachers, actually, kayo ang mag-a-assign nun, hindi kami. Kasi we don't have access to your accounts. So that's how
So
safe it is, no?
this is the administrator, the one
Yes,
handling
the
the
admin console. Yes. So what we're going to do is really just to give you the licenses, and it is your administrator or your super admin, as we call it, who can assign it to certain teachers. So yan, thank you Sir Adrian, no, for flashing this. Our email address is education@qsr.com.ph if you are very much interested in or with the new editions of Google Workspace for Education and others, whether it be the Education Fundamentals, Education Standard, the Teaching and Learning Upgrade, or the Education Plus Edition. Ako din po ang sasagot sa inyo, huwag kayong mag-alala. Ako rin ang magre-reply sa inyo. So, I would love to answer your questions there, if you are interested. So, Sir Alvin, wag kang mag-alala. Ako din ang sasagot sa iyo kapag interesado ka sa new edition. But yes, so you will be the ones to assign it kasi again, as a security feature, even if you are under a reseller console, we cannot touch your admin console. It is solely the organization's control. Yan. Wala kaming access dyan. So, kayo po ang mag-a-assign. Ayan.
Ayan
safe
po.
and
So
secure
again,
pa rin.
it's education@qsr.com.ph for any concerns about upgrades, even applying or requesting for um, Google Workspace fundamentals, no? So lahat po ito, your concerns about these, email na lang po si QSR. So it's education@qsr.com.ph. Ayan.
Siguro sir,
So
ano lang, I would suggest how
sige sir.
how QSR together with Sir Adrian really helped our school. They are
Mhm.
very, very, very helpful. They're open to all our questions, our concerns when we were under their care before. They even lent us some of the tools and materials na ginagamit po namin hanggang ngayon. So if I were you, I would contact QSR now and try to know more about the tools and how this innovation can happen in your school as well.
Mhm. Tama po.
Yeah.
They will
Thank you, sir.
definitely guide you.
Oo.
Yes, yes.
Siguro, just to clarify, no, for our teachers or school administrators watching, wala pong bayad mag-inquire. So, wag po tayong matakot. Alam ko, dahil nasa pandemic tayo, ang daming concern na, naku, mahal yan, ganyan. And we totally understand. That's why actually, QSR has, together with Google's advocacy to, distribute these tools and make tools accessible, make knowledge accessible, make learning accessible. Um, G Suite, Google Workspace Google Workspace for Education Fundamentals is free, and you can email the same email address. We will assist your school if you don't have the tools yet, kung wala pa kayong domain we will assist you. Originally, may cost ang domain if you can even search it online. But we initiated a project that would allow other schools, kahit wala kayong domain, will give you a free domain para lang maka-onboard kayo sa Google Workspace for Education fundamentals. No, it's
Wow.
our little way of paying it forward in schools talaga. Kasi alam to ni Sir Adrian, ni Sir Alvin, and ni Ma'am Ju, since may annual cost ang domain, maraming schools na parang, ayoko na munang magganyan kasi may cost, no? So we totally eliminated that cost for you. Mag-email kayo sa education@QSR. Libre yan lahat. Libre yung tools, libre yung domain. Just email us. Hindi rin ako naniningil. Hindi ako nagsisend ng GCash. Huwag kayong mag-alala.
Wala naka-flash miss.
Wala. QR code, hindi ako nagsisend. So don't be afraid to inquire, di ba?
By the way, speaking of QR codes, now, bagong feature ni Google, if you're using the Chrome browser, is that for every page or tab that you are using, may equivalent QR code na siya. So when you right-click, tama ba? When you right-click, there is an extractable QR code already. You can try it in your laptops right now if you're using your laptops while watching this webinar. Ayan. So, padaanan na lang natin ito. No? So, we have control. So, for control, security center, definitely, lahat check ito para sa, ano nga tawag dito, standard. Ayan. So, medyo nasasanay na tayo. No? So, Google Workspace for Education Standard Edition. So, check itong lahat na security center, prevent threats, and automate monitoring, security investigation tool, and e-discovery sa Google Vault yan, retention and archiving for Gmail and Google Meet, audit reports to track user activity, admin security and administration controls, ayan, endpoint and even mobile device management. So yan yung mga pwedeng magawa. Marami pa pala. So ayan po, no? So for the security features, that's all checked for the standard edition, and then the rest definitely for Education Plus. So tama bang i-assume, Miss Camille, na ang Education Plus edition ay combined of all, na parang pinagsama-sama nung tatlo?
Kung familiar ang ating audience sa G Suite Enterprise for Education, ito po ang equivalent ng Education Plus. So it's basically everything, no?
Yeah.
It's the all-in-one package, si Education Plus. Meron kang admin controls, meron ka ring teaching and learning tools na pwede nating magamit for our students and teachers. By the way, i-add ko lang, sorry Sir Adrian, i-add ko lang. Baka nagwo-worry yung ating mga audience na naka-enterprise na. So parang, naka-enterprise na ako, tapos nagbago yung pangalan niya. So saan papasok yung enterprise edition namin ngayon? No, kaya ko inulit-ulit na si Education Plus is your enterprise originally. So lahat ng tools na meron si Education Plus, lahat ng nakapag-enroll sa enterprise, yun yung equivalent niya. So wag po tayong matakot kasi hindi kayo either standard or teaching and learning. Nandun po tayo sa Education Plus. So you get all of these features. Yes.
Ayan. For the standard and teaching and learning, that will be available sa April pa. Tama ba?
Yes,
so,
yes.
Right now, it hasn't, hindi pa siya nag-take effect pa, pero at least Google has, made their announcements already about this so that we can prepare, think about this, consider the things that Google is offering for the teachers, no? And then, the other one also, I think, isa sa mga kino-contemplate ng mga teachers, now, what if kunin namin yung paid edition pero hindi naman pala masulit, no? So I think with this one, papasok ulit yung equipping the teachers, no? We really need to support our teachers, if we're school heads or administrators, we really need to support our teachers when it comes to continuous development in their craft for teaching. Dahil para masulit natin itong mga paid editions, definitely magkakaroon ng standard sa paggamit ng mga Google accounts dahil this is paid. How will we make sure that we're really utilizing them well? So, kaakibat nito ay um,
Capacity
training.
building sa teachers.
Yes,
Yeah.
capacity
Yes.
building para sa mga
Correct.
teachers.
Very fundamental yan talaga.
Opo. So, yun talaga. So, I hope that in the next round of preparation of schools, we really consider having teachers trained
Yes, sir.
on the tools. And finally, we have here the access. For the storage, we have Cloud Search, by the way. Cloud Search, wala po ito sa tatlo, but it's available in the Google Workspace for Education Plus. Now, I've researched about Cloud Search. Yung Cloud Search kasi para siyang isang parang dashboard wherein lahat makikita mo doon yung Google Docs mo, yung slides, sheets, and everything, every Google Apps that you're using, you'll have your own dashboard. So yun yung kagandahan with having your Cloud Search, and that's only available in the Plus edition. So yun yung Cloud Search. Kung baka ano yung Cloud Search? Ito rin ba yung Google Search? So iba po. So si Cloud Search, you have your own dashboard. Para siyang mukha siyang Facebook yung itsura,
Yeah.
but lahat ng documents involved mo and even emails, makikita mo dun all in one. So that's a really good tool. Then for the storage, ayan na po, isa sa mga talagang
Shocking.
kailangan natin pag-usapan. Shocking. But for the storage, there are some modifications on this one. Secure search for photos and Photos, Drive, and your Gmail. So for kailangan kong maging dito, maingat. So for the edition ng fundamentals, no? Yung fundamentals, what we currently have, which is the free edition, it will now be 100 terabyte pooled cloud storage po. So ngayon po, it's now 100 terabyte. Sige, babanggitin natin. Before, it's unlimited. Now, it's
Yes.
100 terabyte. Is it a good thing or a bad thing? Siguro let's just say, let's not entertain negativity at all. But what we really want to also, siguro interpret natin, no? Baka isipin natin, nakakalungkot, hindi na unlimited ang storage ko. I would like to ask you, naubos niyo po ba yung unlimited? Gaano kadami po ba ang nagamit? No, sorry. But speaking, right now we're teaching our students to become digitally responsible when it comes to using all tools. Social media man, storage, email, no? So right now, the 100 terabyte should really be used properly, no, for teaching, creating materials. So that's why the 100 terabyte, definitely tinesting na ito ni Google, no, kung kaya ba ang 100 terabyte sa isang school community.
Yeah.
So this is one of the adjustments that we are going to see in the coming months. Pero kaakibat din nun, as teachers, we have to be examples for our students. The other one, kung ganito naman po ang magiging situation natin, 100 terabyte, and then I think that the schools should come up with a plan now. How do we make sure that the students and teachers are properly using it? Siguro pwede tayo magkaroon ng handbook or i-upgrade natin. Miss June, anong take nyo doon? Pwede bang ganon?
Pwede
Kasi-
naman, sir.
Kasi kung
Pwede
storage,
time. We have parang everything it should be documented with regard to yung guidelines no,
Yeah.
regarding pooled storage. I-emphasize na pooled storage to, so we all share the same
Oo.
storage. So dapat
Responsible.
we let us be mindful
Yes.
and responsible of the use of our personal storage, 'di ba? Ganun lang naman. Which is actually a good thing if you think about it, no? Kasi mas magiging conscious tayo of the files that we store in Drive,
Tama.
no? Hindi lang kung ano-ano.
Tama. Sometimes kasi then we become parang naging kampante tayo, okay lang, we have unlimited storage naman eh. Parang
Siguro,
ang yabang naman, but 'di ba? Pero well, we have to be rin, kumbaga, are we utilizing it well? Baka
yes.
naman syempre
Yes.
minsan baka naaabuso din natin ang paggamit nito. So as educators, and the other one also, nasa pandemya pa rin po tayo, no?
Sir, dagdag ko lang dito, sir.
Hmm.
Baka hindi lang aware yung mga viewers natin and also the teachers na kapag gumagamit tayo ng mobile phones, kapag yung mga phones natin ay nakasync sa ating Google Photos, automatically, the images that you have on your phone is saved on your Google Drive or in your Google Photos. And kasama siya sa nakukonsume ng storage natin. Tama po ba ako, Sir Adrian? Miss Camille? Nakasama siya sa nakukonsume mong storage, yung sync photos and
Yes.
videos.
Alam ko,
So,
pasok
baka
din si
hindi-
Photos sa
Yes, sir.
Drive.
Baka hindi lang sila aware na nakasync yung mga mobile phones nila. Kasi ako napansin ko yun na pati pala yung mga screenshots ko nakalagay sa Google Photos and even the videos that I take randomly for my Instagram accounts, for my story, naka-save din siya doon automatically. So last time nakita ko na it was in my personal email, nag-notify sa akin na sobra na daw ako sa I'm almost ma-full yung aking storage. So, kailangan ko na daw magtanggal ng photos and videos and other files na hindi ko na ginagamit. And siguro, guilty din po tayo doon. Minsan, may mga multiple files tayo na ilalagay natin sa storage natin na siguro dapat napapractice din talaga natin gaya na nasabi ni Ms. Yun kanina to be responsible and to be mindful sa paglalagay natin ng mga files. Mamaya nadodoble na natin or hindi na pala natin kailangan. It shouldn't be there anymore. Para hindi siya consume ng storage. And yun nga po, yung sa Google Photos, yung videos and photos niyo na hindi naman, it's very random. Pwede nyo na pong tanggalin. Or much better, turn off the sync feature ng inyong mobile devices para dun sa Google Photos.
Again, ang sabi nga natin, the more you know, the more you can customize your experience in using these tools. Hindi lang po pang Google, but for all the other tools that you are using, even for your whether you're using your laptops or your mobile devices. Ayan. Ako naman siguro isang naiisip ko na pwede ring strategy ng schools. Definitely may may days in between ng per quarter, no? Let's say first or ano bang tawag, quarter or semester na. So, 'di ba meron yun parang in between na may breaks, no, or in between wala pang klase. So what you can do as a school is that maybe every quarter or every semester do a check, ipa-check nila sa students and teachers yung consumption na kung may hindi na kailangan for the next days or months for that school year, maybe you can delete already or yun nga, just to check. And even kung per school year, pwede rin para at least when you start the next school year, start fresh.
Parang housekeeping, sir, parang ganun.
Ganun na siya. Ganun
Yes.
ang mangyayari. Because we have to be responsible sa sa paggamit ng tools. And again, imagine niyo, ang laki ng 100 terabyte ha. If you're going to compare it to your personal 15 gig storage. So imagine a 15 gig storage versus your 100 terabyte, it's still 100 terabyte. Now, moving forward to the next edition. So same for standard, that's 100 terabyte pooled cloud storage. Now, may pagbabago po sa ating teaching and learning. So for teaching and learning, it's 100 terabyte shared plus 100 gig per license. Ms. Camille, pa-help naman about this one to further enlighten us on this one.
Yeah. Oo naman, di ba? um, pero before I say a few things about the pooled what you call this, storage, no, dito sa ating teaching and learning. And I'm sure ang dami nating tanong dito. Just to add up to what our teachers mentioned, no, si Sir Adrian, si Ma'am June, and si Sir Alvin, we have to understand that there has been such a big surge of
Yes.
using, storage, online storage, Google Classroom, and if I'm not mistaken of the number, um, it as of speaking, there has been 170 million users of Google Classroom all over the world, no? Ito yung number na sobrang naalala ko from the Learning with Google event last February 18. And with that number, we have to understand that this is a free service that is
Yes.
a charity, no? It's a charitable service given to us. And i-mention ko lang no na sobrang na-extend na din pati ang recording feature that's supposedly not here anymore, but we are still
Yes.
using it, 'di
Yeah.
ba?
Madami
Yun
na
lang, di ba? May uncertainty lang tayo na ay hindi ko alam kung tomorrow meron pa akong recording feature. So that's one of the things na we're trying to remove by getting the other editions. Syempre yung uncertainty na hindi tayo sure kung makakapag-record pa tayo or not. But again, going back to the storage, no, we have to hopefully understand also that Google is trying to help a lot of schools all over the world, and it is to serve more schools, no? That's why we have these limitations. Actually, I don't see them as limitations kasi honestly, I have a hard drive that is 1 terabyte, and I have had that hard drive for about 3 years now. And I think hindi pa nga ako nag-over 50 gigabytes. At ang dami pang videos nun, ang daming movies. And that's for personal use. That's not for teaching use. Before I was affiliated with QSR, I taught in 2 different universities. And these universities, yung mga PowerPoint pa ako before, hindi pa ako Google Slides. No? Talagang offline, everything. No? And hindi ko na puno. Kahit nga yung storage ng laptop ko before, hindi ko siya napuno. So imagine how big 1 terabyte is, right? It is a pooled storage, yes, but hopefully later this year, the admin console of your domains would have the capacity to assign storage, no, to
That's one
our
good thing. Yes.
users, yes. Siguro i-remind ko lang din kasi baka nagpapanik tayo, oh no, 'di ba? 1 terabyte na lang siya. Let me just remind all of you that all of these storage, talk about storage, kung kailan siya magsa-start, actually it's going to be implemented July 2022, okay? So let me just inform everyone, it's not gonna be 2021, it's not gonna be this year. All of the storage implementation will be for next year, July 2022. So kaya lang sa atin to sinabi ng mas maaga para makapagplano po tayo kung pa yung magagandang dapat gawin natin no, as a school, as one domain, as teachers, and as students na as early as now, we have to plan. Ayaw tayong biglain ni Google na, hala, may bayad na lahat or something. Diba? So,
So
I'm sorry,
again po, July 20,
July
tama?
2022.
So meron pa tayong for next
More than
school
a year. Oo.
To do housekeeping of our
More than a
storage.
year.
Diba?
Organizing
So kung
it.
meron kayong mga personal videos kagaya ni Sir Alvin, di ba? Personal or movies na nilagay natin doon na hindi naman natin gagamitin for classes, yung mga tinatago lang natin. Marami na pong mga available streaming online. So tanggalin nyo na yan. Baka
Yeah.
nagiging sentimental lang tayo
At
masyado.
nababago na rin talaga, no? If before, ang natutunan natin is to download every movie and
Yeah.
keep it in our storage, physical storage. Now, we have streaming accounts already na pwede natin ma-enjoy. So, pwede na natin bitawan yung ating
Yes.
mga physical, yung ano tawag dito, downloaded copies, no? So, yun
Yes. Although
naman.
naiintindihan ko naman, Sir Adrian, kasi ako very sentimental ako. Meron akong somewhat, sorry to say this, pero meron akong somewhat hoarder mentality, no? Na, lalo ngayong pandemic, parang na-enhance siya. Pero, syempre, we're trying to get rid of that, no? Pero, yun yung you want to try to take hold of a lot of things and not let go of this. Pero, hindi ako humuhugot. Pero, 'di ba? Totoo siya eh, 'di ba? We want to make sure na we have control over nandito yung document ko nakasave
Yes.
yan dyan, 'di ba? Hindi ka kasi mawala. But it's not like that eh. We are just, taking up so much space in the world, 'di ba? By not letting go of things
Yes.
that's supposed to be wala na. Sayang lang yung storage. But ayun, I'm so sorry I delved on a lot on that aspect. I just want to reiterate also na Google is trying to equitably, distribute storage all over the world. And might I just want to emphasize on the term equitably, not equally, no? Equitably. Kasi kahit tayo sa mga schools natin, hindi natin nagagamit ang storage equally. Baka nga yung iba dyan, hindi ginagamit yung account at all, di ba?
Yes.
Sabihin na natin 5 gigabytes lang ang nagamit niya or 2 gigabytes or sometimes MB lang ang nagagamit nila, di ba? They're really not utilizing it. So why not why not give it to others who para mas marami tayong ma-serve na other schools, 'di ba? Kasi
Tama.
siguro kaya ko lang din in-emphasize yung hoarder mentality dahil yun yung ginagawa natin eh. If we want unlimited kasi it was given to us at no cost, i-hold natin siya na parang hindi eh. Dapat unlimited pa rin or something. But
We have that
again,
tendency talaga eh.
'di ba?
So,
But
aminin
again,
natin hindi.
correct, no? And I totally understand kasi kahit naman ako parang binigyan mo ako ng power na para akong God, I'm omniscient, I know everything, I have everything, 'di ba? Bakit mo ako ililimit? But then again, we have to realize that it's sobra-sobra. No? Sobra-sobra yung binigay sa atin. 100 terabytes is sobrang laki. Na-mention ko nga kay Sir Alvin kanina na ang estimate ng 100 terabytes ay 400,000 videos, 'di ba? Parang what am I gonna do with 400,000 videos even if my institution is, 'di ba? Is big, no?
True.
So yun, sorry I delved a lot on that, but you were asking me about this pooled storage on teaching and learning upgrade, no? Nandito tayo sa 100 terabytes plus 100 gigabytes per license. Ayan. Sir Adrian, may I request you to show the screen again? Sige po. So, as Sir Adrian is sharing the screen of the storage, ayan, thank you very much. Makikita natin sa taas, ano yung pricing nakalagay po dito? $4 per license per month. So, for example, my domain is, my school has 20 teachers, for example. That's 20 teachers. 20 teachers ang gusto kong bigyan ng license. No? Tignan natin ng mabuti po yung pricing kasi confusing siya. Yung iba nakalagay per student. Yung teaching and learning upgrade nakalagay per license. Meaning, ang bibilhan natin ng license ay ang teachers. Okay? So if I have 20 teachers, that's 100 gigabytes times 20. How much is that? That's, mahina po ako sa math. Ma'am June, kayo na po ang mag-compute. But, sige, let me just pull out my...
4 times
So,
20, miss. Kasi 20 teachers for $4. 4 times 20 times, but that's a month per month. So kung per year, times 12 pa natin. Ayan.
Hindi ma'am, sa storage muna tayo. Sorry ma'am, wag na natin isipin yung pricing. Sorry. So, punta tayo sa 100 gigabytes.
Okay. Sorry po, naka-ano ko sa pricing.
Yes, correct. That's
Mm.
2 terabytes.
Yes.
No, kasi meron tayong 2,000 gigabytes. That's
Mm.
equal to 1 terabyte. For
Okay.
our viewers who are not familiar, 1,000 gigabytes is equal to 1 terabyte. Okay?
Mhm.
So magiging 102 terabytes ang pooled storage natin, no? So
Mhm.
nadagdagan tayo. Yun yung teaching and learning upgrade. So, I would just move forward, Sir Adrian, no? Or may
Mhm.
questions pa kayo?
Wala naman. Actually, mas
Ano lang, random question siguro, sir. Miss
Okay, go,
Camille, sorry.
go.
What if, alimbawa, miss, they failed to like update their payments? Ang mangyayari ba dun sa storage nila is, feeling ko naman magkaroon ng notification, no, miss, na there's something going on with parang settlement of
Exactly.
payments.
Yan yung mga stress na dapat hindi mo na iniisip. Kasi kaya nga andito si QSR, 'di ba?
Wow, yes, yes.
Oo, hindi mo na dapat siya iniisip kasi if the licenses are going to be procured,
Mm,
we are definitely here to assist you with the procurement
yun
of the
naman pala.
license.
Baka lang miss mapraning sila na, oh my God, my files, we're not updated with payments, it might be lost, mga ganun siguro. Pero it's a
Huwag
good thing
kayong
that
mag-alala.
QSR is there to help us really on
Yan.
those
Thank you,
matters.
Sir Alvin, no? That's a question na parang for others, it shouldn't be asked, but it's actually, baka marami lang nahihiyang tanong. 'Di ba? Totoo 'yun. A lot of our teachers are so scared of asking basic questions, but it's as teachers, we have to be the safe space for others, no? Lagi ko yung sinasabi when I'm teaching, I am a safe space for learning. So, ako din natututo ako every day eh. So, yun, tama yun, Sir Alvin, that question. We are here, baka nga 3 months before pa mag-expire yan.
May
Sasabihin ko na sa'yo,
notifications
Sir
na.
Alvin, malapit na mag-expire yung licenses nyo. So yeah, that email will come from us, QSR.
That's good
Um,
thing.
yes.
At least so
So,
teachers, hindi tayo dapat mapraning because there's a notification.
yes,
Mm.
definitely, no. That will be sent to your admin or admin console or your super admin who would then inform all of you. But ang mawawala naman is not the 100 terabytes eh. It's just the extra pooled storage, which is the 2 terabytes in addition. So kung mag-expire
Mhm.
man, nandun pa rin yung 100 terabytes. So hindi siya mawawala. As
bawal.
fundamentals will always have
Yes.
the free 100 terabytes. Ayan. So mag-move on ba tayo kay Education Plus, Sir
Ayan,
Adrian?
sige po. We'll proceed naman tayo kay Education Plus. Here it says $5 per student per year. I'm not sure kung ano itong 2 on
Year
top.
squared. Miss June, year squared.
Script lang baka merong note sa ilalim.
Itatanong ko rin nga yun eh, year squared.
Then 100 it says here for the storage it's going to be 100 terabyte shared plus 20 gig per license. Ayan.
Ayan. Alam ko may question si Sir Adrian dito eh. Talagang confusing na bakit sa teaching and learning upgrade 100 gigabytes ang
Mas
Yes,
mataas.
bakit
Yung kabila
education
20.
20 gigabytes lang, 'di ba?
Yes.
Now I would want everyone to again look at the top portion of our screen. Si teaching and learning upgrade ang binibilhan lang natin dito si teacher. So kung 20 lang ang teachers ko, 20 lang ang lisensya ko, 'di ba? 20 lang yung may 100 gigabytes. But if we look at Education Plus, we buy the licenses per student. So kung si school ay merong 20 teachers, pero meron siyang 200 students, let's just say 200 students ang meron siya. So that's 20 gigabytes times 200, that's 4,000 gigabytes. Okay, that's equivalent to 4,000 gigabytes. Divide 1,000, that's 4 terabytes. So magkakaroon ka ng 104 terabytes na pooled storage. So yun yung kaibahan niya. Kaya 20 gigabytes yung isa kasi per student siya. You look at the whole
Kasi mas
population.
madami.
Miss
Yes.
Camille, hindi ako aware pala na si Miss Camille pala magtuturo ng math sa atin
Sorry,
ngayon.
That's the teacher, diba? That's the teacher, vibe.
Nakikita pala yung topic na yun ngayon. Akala ko kay Miss June. Pero actually, ang ganda na mas nahihimay nyo sa amin and sa audience natin.
It makes sense.
Oo, nagkakalinaw na ito pala yun dahil nasa teaching and learning and sa education plus na yun, mas naiintindihan namin. Definitely.
Nagpawisan ako dun sa math.
Nakinig ako mabuti. But yeah, it's sobrang mas na with your presence ngayon, mas naiintindihan naming lahat itong storage changes natin ngayon sa ating Google Drive. Ayan. Actually, siguro while we're having this discussion, we'd like to greet some of our viewers, no? We have Sir Noel Pabalan, ayun. Galing ni Ma'am Camille Sama. Ayan. Sir, nasa China. Ayan. He's a math teacher teaching in Cambridge. How do I pronounce it? Cambridge. Sorry.
Na-appreciate ko yung comment ni Sir Noel. Talaga namang, from a math teacher, thank you, sir. Ginugel ko yung terabytes at gigabytes.
And then, he also said, Noel, thank you very much for always watching our webinars. So, learning a lot here with the upcoming updates. Thank you, Ma'am Camille. Si Sir Noel din po ay lumabas na sa mga previous webinars natin last year. Ayan. And then, we also have Miss Mayna, Sabado. Ayan. She said you can also consult with Look Beyond team before purchasing the Workspace edition. So, kung sino man po, kung ma-reach po si KSR, definitely, makakausap nila kayo agad. If you also want, sa mga nakakakilala din sa amin, you can also approach us and then we'll further explain and also redirect you or give you instructions on how to, deal with this or guide you to the next process. So, nandito din po kami, Look Beyond and also QSR are really working together to really make a movement for the schools here in the Philippines. So, ayan po. What else? Ano pa ba yung mga palaisipan natin sa mga features ni Google? Actually, this is one of my fears. Hindi ko sure kasi kung totoo. I don't really have a specific source, no? Pero parang last year na naging usap-usapan na magkakaroon daw ng weight si Google Documents.
Ako ang tinatanong, no? Tama, no? Ako, di ba?
Ay, opo.
Yes.
Okay.
Parang siya, hearsay, chismis. We're kind of scared on that aspect. Magkaka-weight daw.
I would share the same if I heard about it, but to be honest, it's the first time I've heard about the Google tools having weight in Google Drive. No, for our viewers who are not familiar of what we're talking about, originally lahat ng Google tools, sheets, forms, docs, slides, ano pa ba, Jamboard, no? Wala yung weight sa Google Drive. Ibig sabihin, hindi siya nagte-take up ng storage. So, kahit marami na kayong Google Docs, try nyo from the beginning na wala pang laman, kakabigay lang ng account sa inyo, gumawa kayo ng mga Google Docs, Google Slides, hindi siya magre-reflect as space that's eaten up, no, or used ng storage. So, To be honest, again, it's the first time I've heard about this chismis. So, and we hope that it's just but chismis. I
Okay.
have not heard about
Yes.
any Google statement saying that this is an official statement.
Mhm.
From a Google partner's perspective,
Yes.
none as of speaking. So, as of speaking, again, it is chismis. And much like how Google is managing the storage change, 'di ba? Binigyan niya tayo ng more than 1 year to prepare for this. I don't think they will give us 1 day to change na biglang lahat ng drive, yung lahat ng docs na nasa drive mo, may weight na yan. No? I'm sure if they will do that in the future, it's not going to be something that's going to surprise all of you. It's going to be probably an event. There's an announcement. There's an official statement about this. There will be press release, there will be infographics, it's going to be all over. And they will not leave you hanging, no? Ang maganda
Mm.
sa kanila, bibigyan nila kayo ng options. There's options, 'di ba? If you know the movie, 'di ba? There's always going to be options, much like before, again, i-reiterate ko lang yung sinasabi natin na nakikinig si Google. Kasi before, there was just G Suite for Education and G Suite Enterprise for Education. And then a lot of schools were asking na, baka pwedeng Google Meet features lang yung kunin ko? Pwede ba yun? Or pwede bang admin console lang? And now they've released all of those features because we asked for it. Because
Mhm.
a lot of schools all over the world asked for it. Now they're giving us 4 editions, no? Gustong-gusto ko talaga yung comment ni Sir Noel. Sana nga galing sa tsismosang kapitbahay. Oo nga sir, sana nga yung mga ano, mga tsismosang kapitbahay lang. But tayo within the community, syempre pinagdadasal natin na sana if the storage has been cut and hopefully they don't give weight to the docs or whatever tools. Pero again, as of speaking, I have not heard about it. Ikaw ang unang nagchismis sa akin, Sir Adrian. Kayong tatlo.
So, ano
Ah,
siya, so parang napag-uusap-usapan lang about ito kasi may mga ang dami ng mga naging features I think siguro isa yun sa mga naging concerns ng mga syempre teachers din na gumagamit and nagbe-benefit sa um, mga features ni Google. So at least ito, we know that again, as long as we use Google Documents, Google tools, Google Apps, or Google Workspace, no? So, it will not take against sa ating storage. So, ano lang po ang babawa sa storage natin? It will be the foreign files. Non-Google files. So, yun po. Miss Camille, thank you for that, for that question specifically, no? Kasi
oo.
marami din nag-worry about that one. Um, actually, time check, it's actually 9:47, and I think this is one of our longest no um, um, webinar. Pero sa totoo lang, napaka ano nangyari sa ating setting. So, napakadaming what you call this. Si Miss June nawala, no? Miss June nawala. Again, isa to sa mga actually this is a start no of mga fruitful nating webinars no kasi kailangan natin ng ganitong klaseng sessions no wherein we can casually discuss things about education. Medyo nasanay na kasi tayo dun sa formal no formal approach, ano very bang tawag doon yung kumbaga limiting
Controlled.
control. Um, this webinar, no, itong mga darating natin na mga webinars, it will actually address teacher concerns, no?
Yes.
Kumbaga, we would really like to discuss things with teachers about this. Anong
Mga
feeling,
agam-agam nila, sir. Ganyan.
agam-agam mo towards this one, no? So, right now, I'm not sure where Miss June is, no? Pero, siguro to close, no? Siguro dahil baka yung ibang teachers natin na nanonood, baka inaantok na, no? But,
Way past bedtime, ganyan.
I really enjoyed this first webinar of the year, no? Ang daming natutunan, ang dami nating na na-air out when it comes to our concerns as teachers. And then the other one, we've also shared tips on how we can strategically make some modifications also in our school system. So hindi natin kailangan magpanic. The full implementation of this would be July 2022. At abangan ninyo, may time pa. Time to modify rules and regulations in our online classes, implementation, and the other one is yun nga, sabi ni Sir Noel dito, maganda po ito, sir. Parang tambay lang na nagkikwento. So this is actually what we really wanted, no? We want to, sabi nga ni Miss Camille, a safe space for all the students. So we want this channel, Look Beyond the Classroom, to become a safe space, learning space for all our teachers and other viewers who would really want to learn more. So siguro right now, I'd like to thank Miss Camille, no, for really being with us tonight, and also the presence of
regular na natin si Miss Camille, sir.
regular,
Tapos,
no, kami din, pwede kami din take turns
next time,
if you
sa QSR naman.
Sure,
need
miss.
us, then we're here. The team will support QSR.
Thank
Siguro,
you.
thank you very much. Right now, I'd like to take this opportunity as well to, what do you call this, to also plug, no? Plug what we currently have and will offer to the audience. Sorry, to our schools, no? So, for Look Beyond, so we have 4 major categories. Wait lang po. This one. We have 4 major categories for our services. So one would be Look Beyond training and support. So we have a couple of trainings that we will be offering for schools. And then some are also publicly opened for teachers kung gusto nila individually to enroll in our online trainings. The other one is that we also have Look Beyond Consultancy. So ito naman po, if you really want your school to be guided, we can help you to strategize for your school, to help the teachers be more developed and be confident when it comes to their online deliverables. And then we have Look Beyond Repair and Services. So ito naman po, although this one would be only available in Las Piñas, Parañaque, Muntinlupa, and Pasay City, dahil kami po ay nasa south area of Metro Manila. So we are also opening our service to teachers and other individuals who would want to have their laptops and computers maintained. So kung yun po ang problema ninyo, maintaining your laptops, antiviruses, and all installation software whatsoever, you can contact us on this one. So it's Look Beyond Repair and Services. The other one would be Look Beyond Curated Content. So one of this would be our channel, which is Look Beyond the Classroom. In the coming days, weeks, and months, we will be uploading more videos for you live. We also have yung episodes, regular episodes na featuring different tools, no, for the teachers, tips and tricks, no. We still have that. And then the other one, if you are open to collaborate, team up, promote with us, we can email us, no, for this one. What else? Ayan. So these are some of our trainings, standard trainings for we offer to schools, no. We have basic Google Workspace training and others. We also do specialized training. Then lastly, may dalawa po kami na bootcamp na ilalabas for March 6. So it's a back-to-back training. So I think I'll call in Miss June to better discuss this one. Ayan, Miss June.
Sorry po, na-eject ako. Salamat sa internet namin. Okay, so ano po, I'd like to invite all of the math teachers out there. Maybe you'd like to take part in this training for specifically for math teachers. So we will be talking about online teaching tools for us. So this is you can see from the description that this is a 4-hour basic training / workshop. And well, the focus para lang pong ganito yon, actually chikahan lang tayo, sharing of best practices. And I'll also be showing you some of the presentations and assessments that I use for my class, no, parang just to increase engagement and productivity for teachers and for the students as well. So yun lang po, ano lang tayo, chikahan, and this will be on March 6 from 8 to 12 noon. Thank you.
Ayan po. So if you want to register, so naka-flash sa ating screen yung link. So it's tinyurl.com/lookbeyondmath. So this is a 4-hour training. It's only one day to learn all the applications na kumbaga curated ng ating resident specialist trainer for mathematics.
Sir Adrian, dapat ata si Miss Camille ang magturo nito.
Sorry, Miss June, na-outshine ko ang math skills ko today.
Hindi, Miss, kasi nakafocus ako sa prize. I was really focused. But anyway, yeah. Napag-google tuloy ako ng tera at giga.
Ginawa ko na yan kanina, Miss June. So,
ayun, yun po.
Ayan. So, for math teachers, you can recommend this to your math teacher friends. It's only one day to learn. Workshop po ito. Lahat ng mga best strategies, use cases, best practices, we'll teach it here. So it's online teaching tools for mathematics teachers. You can email us for more details. And then lastly, we have Google Workspace admin console training for IT administrators. So this is a back-to-back training also. It's going to be on March 6 also. So this one naman, kung gusto nyo pang mas matuto on how to handle your admin console, take this opportunity. So to register in this training, it's also one day, half-day training, and this is the link. So it's tinyurl.com/lookbeyondadminconsole to register. And if you have more questions, you can just email us at lookbeyond.ph@gmail.com. So yan naman po, we really want to cater to everybody and help each one of you. So again po, nandito po kami to offer you different services, offerings for everyone. Para po sa mga Pilipino. Ayan. With that, Sir Alvin, ano po ang inyong takeaway before we end?
Ako, siguro po, when this news broke out a few weeks ago, I would really be honest na I was one of those people na nagpanic talaga. But having Miss Camille with us tonight and having the information coming from the team of Look Beyond group, nagkaroon na sa akin ng sense na hindi naman ako dapat pala nagpapanik. Because Google, gaya nga sabi ni Miss Camille kanina, they're giving us time before they listen to all the things that we want for all these tools to work for us. And now, hindi naman sila agad-agad magbabago. They're giving us time to transition into all these updates. Hindi ito basta-basta, hindi tayo dapat mabigla. And it's good that we were able to talk about certain things na dapat nating gawin together with the updates that are coming forward and sooner. So hindi tayo dapat nagtataranta, dapat lang mag-adjust din tayo, magkaroon ng little tweaks sa mga usual na ginagawa na natin and sa mga usual beliefs na tayo. So that we can really, utilize and maximize all these tools that are available to make innovation happen really in our education system now.
Tama. Kayo po, Miss June, ano po ang pulot of the day ninyo?
Ako, sir, something similar to Sir Alvin din. Kasi when I first heard about it, di ba, last week, parang, yung unlimited storage, wala na. Parang mga ganon. So talagang, nagpanic. Hindi naman panic mode tulad ni Sir Alvin. Sorry, sir. Not naman in the same level. Pero syempre naisip ko, kasi yung years and years ko of files, no, that I have accumulated. So inisip ko, baka mawalan na ako. But then again, dito sa webinar natin, so parang everything was put into perspective, to its proper perspective, no? Kasi parang oo nga naman, ang 100 terabyte, napakahirap ubusin, no? Maski na gaano tayo karami. So, and also, yung sinabi ni Miss Camille na, kasi syempre Google is trying to serve a lot more, no? Hindi lang tayong nasa Pilipinas, no? The entire world. So, dapat mag-isip tayo globally na, no? Hindi lang locally. So, yeah, so everything naintindihan ko na ngayon. So ayun na, magpapakabait na po ako. Naintindihan ko na lahat ng mga pangyayari. Yun lang po. So thank you, Miss Camille.
Miss Camille, kayo po.
Ang takeaway ko ay may math skills pala ako.
Hindi ka pa math.
Yay!
Diba? Nakakaloka. All of my friends, everyone who would know me, takot ako sa math. I'm really, really scared. Hindi ko alam. This is probably oversharing, but syempre i-greet ko, my boyfriend is watching. Ayan. But he is the math brain of my life. Parang ganyan. Pag resibo, ikaw na mag-compute, ganon. I-check mo kung tama. Wala na ako dun sa accounting part. So, tapos na yun in my life. Nagulat ako na kinaya ko today, no? I mean, I'm just kidding. But, I'm so glad to have shared or shed some light to everyone, no. And syempre kinakabahan ako kasi nung sinabi ni Sir Adrian na, Camille, pwede ka ba naming ma-invite? Tapos kahapon lang yon, di ba? Syempre, I tried my best. Nasabi ko, hindi ko pinakitang kinakabahan ako, pero of course, it's something that I've learned to do with my stay with QSR. Talagang yung dates natin, yung storage natin, all of these things, nakita ko yung how Google takes care of its loving followers, no? Talagang inaalagaan niya ito. So, and that's how we also would want to take care of the schools that's under us and schools that's under Look Beyond. No? Kung siguro napapansin ng mga viewers na, paano yan? Pareho silang, pareho sila ng services, si QSR and si Look Beyond. Actually, it doesn't matter. We share the same advocacy. The point really is to help more teachers. Ang laki ng Pilipinas, hindi namin mauubos to. Hindi namin kayang tulungan ang milyong-milyong guro, milyong-milyong mga estudyante. The more we are in this together, the better it is for Filipinos, for the education sector. Sa totoo lang, I'm sure may nagre-reach out din sa inyo because of your videos na abroad. Sa amin din meron, no? Minsan pa nga yung mga taga Kenya, mga taga iba-ibang bansa na nagugulat na lang din kami na we've reached them and hopefully mas ma-reach natin yung insides of the Philippines na kailangan ng tulong natin, ang kailangan ng tools na to, especially if it's even without the pandemic, no, na magamit nila tong mga to. So again, it's the first time I'm meeting Sir Alvin and Miss June formally. Si Sir Adrian, sawang-sawa na yan sa akin. But I'm very talaga naman. I'm very, very happy talaga to have joined the team. I'm very proud of the team. No, I've heard a lot of updates about all of these things, and QSR is even sharing some of your stuff. So thank you everyone for joining us in this advocacy. Ayan.
Thank you, Miss Camille,
Thank you, Miss
sa sa
Camille.
inyong sharing, no. Sobrang we really value your and appreciate definitely your presence, your time na inyong ginugol sa amin ngayong gabi. Ako naman ang take ko dito, no, with all the details coming in, with all the updates, no, kung napapansin niyo, maraming updates every month or every quarter, no. So I think one thing that we have to like learn and is to be adaptable, no? Kasi the technology is ever changing, no? Sa trend, sa pangangailangan. So we really have to keep updating ourselves. That's one. Because the things that we really know before, siguro expert, no, before, nagbabago ito base sa pangangailangan ng mundo, ng pagbabago ng trends, no. So that's one. Number two, magtanong. Kung hindi alam, there are
Yes.
champion teachers, not just here online, but we have champion teachers in our in our school community. So we really have to, ask. Okay lang po yun. Sa totoo, ang importante po dito ay tulong-tulong tayo ngayon to really adapt and to learn. Kasi that's the time we to address also our weaknesses, no? Address our fears with especially this in this situation. Um Number three, the more we know, the more we can do something about it. Now that we've learned about this, what modifications can we do? What strategic plans should we implement? So yun yung dapat nating palaisipan when we meet our colleagues na pag nag-meeting na tayo sa kanya-kanya nating school, paano ba natin to atakihin? So we try to do a workaround on things, especially with this updates that we cannot control, no? So yun naman, yun ang aking takeaway. Masyadong seryoso, but yun naman,
Hindi na.
pero yun, talagang, again, I'm really happy, no, na to be sharing the screen with Miss Camille of QSR. Because definite, ako po ay laking QSR eh. Sa mga hindi nakakalam, ako laking QSR. Pinanganak akong QSR. I've learned a lot from QSR. So you'll see a lot of future collaborations of QSR and Look Beyond and with other teacher community. So yun naman, tayo tulong-tulong on this, on the shared advocacy on improving education. Siyempre, para sa Pilipinas muna and eventually to be globally competent. Ayan. So with that, again, gusto namin magpasalamat sa inyong lahat for watching this first episode of Look Beyond the Classroom Virtual Talks. So ayun po, again, kami po ay magpapaalam na po and see you next month po sa ating next Virtual Talks. Again, ako po si Adrian Cruz.
I'm
Ako
Alvin.
Miss June po.
And hindi kami nag-practice. And
And Camille from QSR. O, di ba?
lahat, happy weekend.
Happy
And
weekend. Today.
Happy weekend.
and
Thank you, QSR.
thank you, QSR.